My name is Qasa Alom and I'm a journalist. I've covered extreme stories all over the world, but to be honest, I don't think any of us could have predicted all the difficulties we've been through over the past couple of years.
The COVID-19 pandemic stopped our world in its tracks. Millions of lives were lost, markets collapsed, borders and transportation routes slammed shut, and millions more lost their livelihoods.
Tell me a little bit about what life was like during COVID.
It was hard, very hard, because we were not supposed to move around.
Adina told me how she had lost 2/3 of her income due to the lockdowns. She didn't have enough food to feed her 7 children and 16 grandchildren.
I wouldn't sleep. I was stressed, very stressed.
Yeah.
What will these people eat? How will they bath? How will these grandchildren go to school? Without books, without pencils, without uniforms.
And Adina was not alone. There were many stories of farmers around the world who were struggling to survive.
Government has ordered us to stay home, so we don't have access to go to markets to sell the rice that has been processed.
We can go to the market, so we rely mostly of what we've been planting.
In the face of the crisis, IFAD stepped up to help. Its Rural Poor Stimulus Facility, or RPSF, aims specifically to help some of the world's poorest and most vulnerable rural people deal with the economic and social impact of COVID-19 and to accelerate their recovery afterwards.
In just 2 years, it's expected to help more than 20 million farmers all around the world, including this family. You don't need me to tell you that that is a lot of people.
But don't just take my word for it.
The RPS support like picking them, like we should get picking them when they go school. Like you can see that woman now, sit down so now in girl picking and they go school. We get picking now they can go college.
هو بارليف كيف يل نتحي هوريكي قرشيني تو كذا تهيبها تو كنت ربنا نعد ملك الخمسين خمسة الخمسين يوم هوانيكي وقت نخسر تشيء.
During the lockdown, the RPSF fund provided people with the things that they most needed to carry on growing and producing.
IFAD's provided farmers with seeds and inputs they couldn't get themselves during the pandemic and helped create work opportunities when others dried up.
ለተለያየ ጥቅም ሌላ ቦታ አይደል ምንሰሮች እዚሁ ላይ እየሰራን እየተጠቀምን።
One key measure was to help grow financial services in rural areas. This meant farmers have more access to liquidity to help repay debts, keep services going, and preserve their livelihoods. IFAD helped bring smart technology to rural producers too.
Como que le faltan palabras para poder, digamos, ¿cómo le digo? Decir tantas cosas positivas, ¿verdad? De la tecnología. En un pequeño aparatito ahí se mantiene toda la información, ¿verdad? De cualquier empresa.
Since 2020, RPSF funds have provided additional support to 64 of IFAD's ongoing projects around the world, including 9 multi-country initiatives and 55 single-country level ones, targeting the poorest and most vulnerable rural people, in particular women, youth, and those with disabilities. That support carries over from the pandemic to build resilience in the face of other global shocks.
I've seen firsthand how devastating this period has been, but also the good that the IFAD's RPSF fund has made behind the scenes. The real story here isn't just this emergency, but it's the work that the men and the women are doing to rebuild, to plan, to plant, and literally grow a better future for us all.